I wish I had watched Prey so I could have had this double Alien double feature with Prey and Nope. But Nope, I haven't got Disney Plus yet, so screw you. But hey, in the meantime, how about a review instead, a defense of the Predator, fucking Prey and Predator. I see like the Prey has come out, everyone's like, oh, this is amazing. That's what they sound like, those fucking cucks. It's just like, yeah, people are saying it's good and whatever, I'll see it for myself soon. But I'm noticing like people are feeling confident enough to release these like lists that show like the top Predator movies. Obviously Predator's number 1, Prey is number 2 now, it seems. People are saying it is the best Predator sequel, which I guess people have all sorts of different opinions about what's good. Like it was, yeah, one of my mates was saying the other day, Predator 2 is like pretty good. And I forget, I watched Predator 2 before the Predator came out, and I can't remember exactly what I didn't like about it. I think it was just, I don't know, not quite as interesting as you want it to be. Maybe just like, I don't know, suffered from the budget or whatever. But you just want like, you know, people at Kmart getting their shit fucked up by a Predator just coming in and going, and just spraying blood everywhere. I'm not sure. Wait a minute. Let me go into my brain and find out what it is. Let me go into my movie memories. Okay, so it seems like I'm on Critica, which, if you don't know what it is, just pretend I said Letterboxd instead. So I guess I'm saying, like, it's the right concept. Yeah, like, it's taking it into, like, the concrete jungle, the name of one of the Predator games, and using gang violence as a backdrop. Because you have a lot of that in the like the beginning of the film opens up with a gang shootout, which kind of makes sense because that's how sort of how the first one opens up. Like the first one opens up with like a battle scene that has nothing to do with the Predator, so that's cool. But yeah, just having that and just having that that kind of tone. It's supposed to work, but I guess, like what I've said here, is that there aren't any, like, exciting action scenes, and the humor is, like, very cringy, and it could have just done with, you know, it's an ugly film. It's supposed to be ugly. That's fine. I do dig the look of it. I dig some of the lore that is introduced, but, yeah, I mean, I don't remember any particular action scenes. I just remember a bit where a guy gets skinned and he's hanging upside down or whatever. I don't know. That's the thing. Like, I think it was just it was heading in the right direction, but they just went, get cool. They try to just make a coast on that, and it didn't work for them. So, and then what? Fuck. And then there wasn't. Oh, I guess there was AVP. Okay, yeah. So you have the 2 Alien versus Predator movies, which everyone hates. I haven't seen them since they came out when I was a teenager. I liked the AVP, so. Yeah, those are the ones that people say are the worst. It's like AVP 2 and then AVP are the 2 worst. And then people say the Predator is next down on the list. Or up the list, depending on which way the list is going. That's bullshit. I am here right now. Let me go back into my brain for the Predator to discuss why this is the best Predator sequel. It's even better than Prey, and I haven't even seen it yet, but I get the feeling that, like my same friend the other day was like saying, it's okay, I like some of it, but it's not great, so I need to fucking well check it out. But like I say, I gotta get Disney Plus. Fucking hell, Disney Plus. Or I should just torrent it. But I don't know whether to watch it in English or the other version. The version where they speak, yeah, whatever language. Jumanji? I'm cancelled now. Anyway. No, I'm really going to get cancelled for talking some love towards the Predator now. Oh, wait a minute. I forgot Predators. Fuck, man. And there are people who like that. Not everyone, but there are people who like that. I reckon that's the worst. That to me was like, yeah, a real piece of shit. Like, I was really not into that. I was not digging the the fake, faux, pseudo masculinity of it. It was just like, "Ugh, I'm really tough." The last line in the movie is just Adrian Brody, who's a good actor, but shit in this. He's not, like, seriously, you're trying to make him the tough guy? What the fuck? He's trying to be the tough guy. His last line in the movie is like, we gotta get the fuck out of here. But no, it's not like rock music that plays out in the credits. It's like, oh, so dramatic. And screw you. That's another movie that I like. Don't remember too well. Like, I don't remember the action scenes in it or whatever. So no. Apart from the start, where they just wake up and they're falling. But aside from that, yeah, I just remember being fucking bored by that film. That was really just such a nothing film. Just like completely standard. Just barely even a Predator movie. Like, why are you taking this franchise and just doing such a like ordinary stock job? But onto The Predator, which is a much better movie. And screw you if you think otherwise. You are wrong. You are a wrong person. The Predator, for me, just to quickly sum it up, like what I liked and that I wasn't expecting. I actually, judging from the trailers, I was thinking it was just going to be that same film. It was going to be like, My nose just made a really weird noise. Did you hear that? You went, Deet. Anyway, I think I am the Predator. Yeah, I thought it was going to be like another kind of film that's just like standard, blockbuster, no humor, just like, total, like the color grading as well is just, everything's just like dreary and awful, and they're trying to make it like Inside Llewellyn Davis. They're trying to give it like the same vibe of that film where it's just like, oh, I'm tired, I want to go to bed, but I'm stuck in a car for 4 hours or whatever. It's just that kind of particular vibe that Predators had. But no, I saw it, and I guess to be expected from Shane Black, it was in the original. Like, it was funny. It had that it did have like a proper masculinity to it, where it was like, fun to watch, funny to watch. There were like the the comedic relief and everything. It peppered it up a bit, and it was done well, and it was like fairly funny, and it like kind of enhanced the characters a little bit. I did dig the characters. I thought they were like fun and cool, and I know there was like a lot of things in the movie where it was just, I actually can't remember, but it started like over-explaining Predator lore. And it was like, the real reason the Predators came to Earth is and the chemtrails, and it's like, oh man. And then they say all that, and you're like, that sounds like a bunch of bullshit. And then the movie continues on like, oh, who even cares anyway? It's not even fucking affecting the film. So I suppose I understand why people dislike it, because it does do that sort of thing and then just doesn't care about it. Yeah, it's not a perfect film. It's not a great film. I just think it's good, and I think it is the best Predator sequel, because all the other ones, as I've just said, suck. They're all crap, including Prey, which I haven't seen yet. But that's my defense of The Predator, because that's something that the original had. It like, out of all the films, like sequels that we've had, or prequels or whatever, this is the one that retains like the humor of the first one, and that kind of, I guess, a bit of that camaraderie between like all the, because it's like army dudes. Or are they prisoners? Are they military prisoners in The Predator? That'd be pretty cool, man. And yeah, I'm thinking about the ending of that film. What was I thinking like the ending to that film was similar to the ending of Alien Covenant? Maybe. I don't know. Whatever. No, like there's... Well, fuck. I remember The Predator, but I'm trying to remember Alien Covenant now. Another film that I probably wouldn't defend as much. That's a film people should be shitting on instead, I guess. Even though I think it's... I mean, I'll pay money to see an alien taking a diarrhea dump for 2 hours, and I'll be like, oh, it was good. What was there a bit at the end of Alien Covenant where they try to jump on the ship and stop the alien from like flying the ship away. It's like, I will destroy the planet. I heard that the original Alien had, when Ripley's in the escape pod and she's flying away, but then the alien, you know how it's in there, it bites her head off, and then it starts speaking into the voice transmitter thing in her voice, saying like, I'm on my way. I'm on my way back. I got the cat and everything. There's been a big alien. Wink. And I thought that's... I mean, that obviously fucks up the next 3 sequels. But that would have been cool. I like that. Imagine seeing the alien talk. Oh, man, that'd be cool. I actually think that's cool. That sounds cool to me. That sounds cool in my head. We need to get Jordan Peele to do a remake of Alien. Bloody... they're making a TV show about it. And the director was like, it's not really about Alien. It's about corporate greed and the injustice of the... It's like the first movie was about both. Yeah, I didn't pick up on that as a kid. Anyway, Nope. Nope. New film from... Oh, I got a cold. Yeah, the new Jordan Peele movie, which was an interesting film. I don't want to. I hate saying interesting, and people are like, "Oh, what, you fucking hated it? Then is that right? You fucking hated the shit out of it. If you're calling it interesting." What I like is that I guess with this film, like Jordan Peele, he has mostly good aspects and some problems, and they again came through in this movie. But you know, mostly good. But I thought it was just nice to see, like, I tried to like, you know, as with a lot of films, just keep not know most about this film as I could, and I'd even see some screenshots from the film where they show the bloody, you know, the UFO. Spoilers. I don't know. I guess they showed up in the trailer, but I was like, I don't want to know anything. But really, though, I guess no spoilers for now. I don't think. I don't know where to stop with spoilers. But this is a UFO movie. They established that in the first 30 minutes, 40. Yeah, UFO movie. With, I'll get into spoilers later. But to me, like, it was just very simple. It was like, you know, if this being an alien invasion movie, it was sort of, it just showed, it wasn't like the aliens show up 40 minutes in and just start speaking and going like, oh, we need to do this, we need to do that. Just going on. Like, it was just a simple, like, you know, they see these aliens come by and they're like, oh, we need to fuck them up. Get them out of here. Because they're fucking... I think my favorite bit in the movie was when it flies over that, like, a crowd of people, and it's like children and everyone. There's like families getting sucked up, and they're like being stuffed through this thing, and they're going, ah! Yeah, that was cool. Anyway, so you have the characters in this film. That's the thing, like, I didn't really dig the characters in this so much. I think the acting is kind of fine here and there, but the main dude is just like, it's like, my dad died. I'm very. I don't know. Some of the movie was bullshit. Like, this is a dumb thing to complain about, but like the start of the movie, you see him as like a horse trainer or wrangler on like this commercial set or whatever, and he's like really telling everyone, please stay away from my horse. And one guy doesn't, and he makes the horse kind of freak out, so he gets fired. And I'm like, you did all you could. What the fuck? The other guy should get fired. You told him not to. You told him not to, and he did it anyway. Why are you getting fired? You seem like a pretty responsible horse wrangler. What the fuck? But I guess you just don't care. You're just like, oh, I'm fired. Oh, just go home and look up aliens. Yeah. And I felt like... And then they had that other character come in from the department store with the cameras. And I started thinking, like, everyone in this film is just, what the fuck is their problem? They're just like, how are you? It's just like, fuck, man, why is... It's like they're so unlikable. But then they're thrust into the story, and you're like, do I like this person? Like, what? I don't know, and I've heard some reviews saying, yo, the main guy in this film is fucking amazing. His acting is subdued. It's so subtle. Whoa. Oh, wow, great. It means you have to do less. But yeah, I didn't really particularly feel a big arc in the film. Because, the aliens essentially kill his dad with a flying coin at the start of the movie. And he's like, oh, my dad, he's dead. Really, he doesn't even care that much. And then by the end of the film, I don't really get the character arc. Like, the whole dad thing isn't really a thing anymore. So why even have that? I don't know. Like the film, it's just he's like moping, but then he's like, oh, there's aliens. I need to film them and that. Yeah, but that's when it gets into kind of more interesting stuff. But there's some interesting stuff going on with the film, like with the first of all, I guess this is a spoiler, but like the UFO being the alien itself. That's it. That's really like the big surprise of the film, and I'm kind of glad to see. The only other surprise is to see Jordan Peele make a good film. No, I'm just kidding. I like his other films. This one sits between Get Out. Get Out is his best, then this, and then Us. But Us gets some things right that Nope doesn't. But anyway, yeah, that's a surprise in the film, and that was like cool. That's cool to see, but it's like done very simply in terms of like that particular, story of this film, of just showing, this alien ship, as it fucking goes with like alien movies, you don't know why aliens are doing shit. People are like, oh, why did the alien do this? Why don't they just open the door? They're aliens, shut up. You don't know. They're animals, you fuckface. Why doesn't a dog fucking open a door? But it was cool to see like that. And that kind of ties into like a few things, I suppose. Because there's some themes going through this movie that are very, that seem a bit tangential. But I was starting to put them together as I'm like, just after watching the film. And I'm like, yeah, that fits. But now like, I've forgotten and they've all fallen apart. And I'm like, oh, what the fuck was that all about? Why'd they have the monkey? And that whole bit. Yeah, no, so it's cool like at the end when that UFO, the alien, that's what the alien is, I suppose, starts like becoming aggressive and just, it's like, dude, this movie's about like trying to tame the animals, trying to tame the beast, this sort of, the relationship that we have with animals at times, like in particular, a monkey for hire on a TV show, which is a whole bit that goes on in the film, which, yeah, when I saw the film, I was like, what does this have to do with much? But I guess it's kind of tying two of the themes together, along with the main story. Like, you have this monkey that went apeshit on a movie set and killed a bunch of the actors. And then one of the younger actors, like, took that, essentially, or he took the show in general and kind of made a theme park, not a theme park, but like a park kind of thing. I think it was a bit different. He gave it like a Western vibe, but he did have that room with like talking about like the monkey and everything. Yeah, but you kind of figure like, how does this tie in? And it's just showing like taming the beast along with like to do with like filmmaking again. Like it's very piecing it all together, and they got like the black guy that rode a horse, the first man on film and whatever. You're like, oh yeah, and the creature itself has it sort of has that. It looks like a what's it called? A lens sensor. Like it keeps like showing these lens sensors over and over. Yeah, it's weird for me to like talk about it, but that's what it's showing. Like at the end, is it kind of like the alien ship starts to look more like an alien, look like a what do you call them? Creatures that don't have skeletons, whatever you call them. Amphibians? No, woogity wuggers. Yeah, I'm just like thinking of the film as I go because I'm actually kind of realizing, like, you know, because I'm still trying to figure it out, but like the whole aspect of like, you know, people in the film seem to want to like kind of chase fame or chase some sort of glory for themselves or for, you know, I mean, they're like, oh, there's a fucking alien spaceship. We got to get it on camera. Oh no, the camera keeps fucking up. You know, it's because the what's it called? EMG, EMP. Yeah, it has like an EMP kind of thing to it. So like this one cameraman comes in, he has to do it like what is it, with a crank? He has to like use the crank camera system for it. But yeah, these people have like a desire to like film this alien ship, and like seemingly for various reasons, you don't really get an absolute understanding, except for that camera guy. What does he say? The impossible? He's like, he wants to film the impossible, and that's kind of what he fucking got. Going right up in the guts of that fucking thing. But yeah, but then the main character wants to keep his head down. He wants to keep away from it, as he says. Nope. He's what is it? That's similar to something, because I think at the end he figures out like, don't look at it. Ugh. You know, don't look. Yeah, that's like the main thing to do. Where's that from? That's similar to something else. Oh, whatever. Fuck me. Anyway, this movie sucks. Fuck this movie. It's got no character development. All it has is the plot, which moves along fine. I think, like, yeah, Jordan Peele, like, you know, I've only seen each of his movies once. Each one is like, I don't really know if I'd watch these two again. Like, I know there's like a spectacle in Nope, and there should be, because it's a film about spectacle. And there's a few shots here and there where I'm like, damn, like when the the ship is like hovering above the house and it's just got all the blood coming out of it. I think it's all really great, but towards the end, I kind of got a bit tired of it. It's just like, you know, oh, we gotta chase the alien spaceship away from the, you know. And then it does actually get kind of cocky. Like, it starts having like what sounds like old Western music, like music from an actual Western film. I mean, there's a big cowboy, a black cowboy, kind of motif, I guess, going through the entire film. So yeah, yeah, in that sense, it makes sense. But just like with Black Klansman, like some of this movie stuff, it's like I'm trying to tie it all together, but then it gets loosened up again. You know, I like the film and all, and it is. You know, even if you don't want to think about all that kind of stuff, like, oh, what's with the monkey and everything, like, you know, it basically all still works. It all fits together, like, it's all like a very simple story of like these people being like, whoa, alien, gotta fucking film it, and then we gotta kill it and eat its organs. And not all of that works, as I've said, but like it's got that it's definitely got like plenty there to chew on and try to like tie it all together. You know what? You could probably just go on YouTube and look up a fucking video of Jordan Peele explaining exactly what it meant. He's like, this is what I meant. No, don't say that. No, this is it. No, fuck you. So I guess that's a horror film. Yeah, it's some a little bit scary, I guess. I don't know. That's the thing about Jordan Peele as well. I keep thinking he's like a horror-y. Yeah, that's it. A horror comedy kind of guy. But I don't get scared or laugh much at his films. But there's something there. Like each of his three films are enjoyable, even when they get kind of not weird, but like, you're like, oh, you start like finding things in it that you're not enjoying. I don't get disengaged. I want to stay with it because the films he makes are like interesting enough. They're interesting in terms of just like the substance. What is actually occurring on screen. It is interesting just to watch. And even a film like Nope, which is like one of the more simpler of his works. Yeah. I was also wondering afterwards, like, what's the double meaning? Because all of his movie titles have like extra meanings. And I was like, oh, I wonder what it is with Nope. And then I found out, it's like, I didn't realize it was an acronym from Not of Planet Earth. So there you go. Whoa, mind blown. Fucking Jordan Peele is a fucking genius. Anyway, on to a better film now. Yeah, I don't know. I saw Jacob's Ladder recently, and that's a film that I feel like over the past 14 years I could have watched it. Well, I don't know. I mean, I don't think I would have watched it as a kid or even a teenager. I probably would have turned it off. I mean, in my late teens, I probably would have just watched it all. Yeah. So, like, when I was 16 is kind of when I started getting into films and just being like, all right, I'll watch all of this. But anyway, yeah, I just saw it now. I believe I knew the ending. As the movie was going, I was like, oh, I think I know what happens at the end, this twist or whatever, I don't know. But you get that feeling because the film, like, it starts off really strong, actually. I didn't realize it, like, opens up in Vietnam with, like, a big action scene. And, but then, and then it shows him, Tim Robbins, who works at a post office, and he's going out with this fucking hot chick, and I'm like, wow, this really is a supernatural film. How can this be? But then it's like in Joker. It's like towards the end, you're like, oh, haha, hey, you trying to fool me there, you know? Spoilers. But yeah, it's showing him, and then. But it's weird. As the film goes on, it starts like melding like these two different lives together, and it's showing him with his family, and you're like, wait, is he like you gather like, okay, he had a son who died before he went to war, I guess, and he has a family with like 2 or 3 other kids and a wife, but now he's with this other chick. Oh, what's going on? But it keeps changing in the film. He keeps like going back to his family and then back to the woman, and you're like, oh, like it's done in a way where it is like it's not showing it literally, you know. He's not actually like just fucking cheating on his wife. What it is, I mean, look, spoilers for the fucking film. He died in Vietnam, and like the whole film is just him having a fucking thing in his head, and he sees all this stuff in the film, and it's like, oh, what could this all mean? It means nothing because the film's a dream. But that's the funny thing, is that he's having this like I don't know what you call it, dream before you fuck off. It's like, and people in the film are saying like, you know, that they're not ghosts. They're like people who need to let go and get into the afterlife, which is what he does at the end. But it's funny to see. It's like he's dying and he's living this like dream life, but it's not with his family. It's with like the chick at work. I swear to God, is he not even going out with her? I think he's just like, oh, that fucking chick at work. I wish I'd fucked her. Oh, I hate my wife and my dead kid. Isn't that what the film's doing? I mean, because clearly he can't fucking him with his stupid fucking wig throughout the film. How can he, look like that? And then it's weird because like in the film, like later on, he's like, he feels weird. He sees Vietnam buddies who also feel weird, like weirder than him. And he's like, holy shit, like that they all think like we got sent like this gas in this attack, and like and it was like we were attacked by our own people. And then he starts trying to put up a lawsuit with Jason Alexander, who's just like acting seriously in this film. It's like he's not doing a bad job. And he's trying to like piece this together, and you think like, oh, it's this whole thing where it's like he got like attacked by his own military, and it fucked them up, and it made them like shoot at each other. Oh no, that's not good. This is like some sort of conspiracy cover up. Oh, got to get the lawyers involved in everything. But then by the end, it's just like, no, it's just in his head. So, what's up with that? What was he reading too much fucking conspiracy theory books around this time? Like, oh, look at all this MK Ultra stuff going on. It's crazy. I hope it doesn't happen to us. And then he just gets shot and like just dreams about it. Just has this fantasy where he's fucking this chick, and his wife keeps like trying to come in. No, you're supposed to fuck me. Oh, go away. I spent my whole life with you. Fuck off. I think they're divorced. I don't know. Yeah, it's hard to tell. Yeah, the film's very I really like this film. I love the way that it like goes between like different segments into others and being like, this is the reality. Oh no, this is the reality, and that kind of thing. So yeah, I really dug that film. That is getting a review here because fucking why not? And I also dug, like, I thought it was going to be maybe like a bit more of a just ooh spooky ghost, and the ghosts in it are like the kind of horror element. It's like well done. Like I like all the like when he freaks out at the party and everything. Like there's actually like a lot of restraint in the film. Even though like when it started, I was like, wow, this is like kind of a blockbuster fucking film. There's like shooting and yelling going on and everything. But yeah, there was the way that like they show the ghosts, it's like very quick. It's very like they just wander past, like when he walks past the subway train. That's all done well, and you don't need the ghosts to just come up to him and be like, "Oh, don't be afraid. I'm friendly ghost. I need to let go. Stop fucking that other woman. Fuck your wife and leave. Leave with your kid." And I read that like the original ending had like he sees his kid, and then this is like big stairway to heaven with all this shit, and the director was like, "Yo, this is like too much. Like we need to." Cut it down the budget, and besides, let's just make it as the stairs in his house. It's the place where he hung out with his kid, so that's good enough for. And it's like yeah, that works better. That works better. You don't need a big fucking thing. Although I would have done a big fucking thing with like a bunch of biblically accurate angels that look like fucking imagery from Tool, just a bunch of eyes spinning around. Yeah, no, that's good. Like you can imagine if there was more. I don't believe there's CGI in the movie, but if there was more, it would have been shit. Oh yeah, I love that part where he goes through the hospital, and as I was watching it, I thought to myself, here's a movie that inspired the Silent Hill series, and of course, yeah, very much so. And I love it when he's like getting hooked up by all the people, and he's just saying like, I'm not dead. It's like, yes, you are. Yeah, I need to get out of here. There is no out of here. And they're just sticking these needles in. That's actually fucking frightening. That's fucking frightening. Like, I'm not scared watching it, but that being in that situation where you just got a bunch of doctors there, and one of them's that hot chick that you're fucking, but she's not recognizing you, and you're just like, what else does he say? He's like, am I in hell? And they're just like, they're not really answering him properly. They're like, well, where do you think you are? Uh-oh. And one last thing, it was just kind of surprising to see like the most likable savior character of the film who like drags him out of hospital. He's like, the guy's like yelling at the doctors, you trying to kill my friend. And he's a chiropractor, and that's how he doesn't save his life, but he just cracks his back. He's like, yeah, it feels good. Huh? Yeah, if I was dying, I too would go see my chiropractor. In my dream, in my DMT dying dream, I'd be like, oh, doc, just before I leave, can I just, one last crack? I just gotta feel it one last time, man. All right, just to end up this movie podcast on an event that like happened ages ago, so why the fuck am I even talking about it? But I got pretty shitty when I found out that fucking this new Minions movie, Jurassic World Dominions, The Rise of Gru came out, and there was this meme where like these people who look like they would have been kids when the first one came out 7 years ago. They were dressing up and going to the movie. Ha ha, whatever. All right, fine, yeah. And then people were complaining like, "Oh no, they're making a mess. I'm being paid to clean up this mess. Oh, the horror." And this whole thing. And cinemas put a ban on these kinds of screenings. What the shit? Out of all the fucking businesses in the world that are fucking dying from the pandemic, it's fucking cinemas. People are like, oh man, I don't need to go to the cinema anymore. Like, I got a big enough TV, I got streaming, blah, blah, blah. This movie isn't even out in cinemas and all this kind of crap. Okay, fine. You could just about hold on to still being a cinema. Maybe you have people still going or whatever. But holy hell, man, I don't know, like, are people going back to the cinema? I mean, to see Minions, to see the new Spider-Man, I guess. To see Top Gun, I guess. But that seems crazy. It seems crazy. Like, you're dying. How can you be... Like, why don't you just have... Like, if it's such a big problem to you, or it's like a problem to other, like, moviegoers, like, oh, they're making too much noise or whatever, have a special screening for them, for the Gentleminions. Gentleminions screening after school. Have that on. And then, yeah, you get money for that. You get money, you get people to come in for that shit, and people understand, and like, it's a fun cinema experience. What the fuck were you like? No, you can't. You're dying. You're a dying horse. No, you can't. Fuck you, man. Fuck you, cinemas. This is fucking bullshit. You're dead. You're dead to me. Cinemas are essentially dead to me now, because they do not give a fuck. I mean, I've been to, I think, 2 movies, like, as in, like, paid to, in, I guess, a mainstream multiplex, and they've both been shit. One had dead pixels on the screen, the other had banging and drilling sounds being made during it, and now we have this, like, ban on people that want to go to the cinema. Have a special fucking screening for them. Oh man, I don't understand. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Man, these cinemas, they're not in a particular place to be, you know, making such demands and being so shit. But what it tells me is that they just don't care. They're just like, we don't care about this. We're writing this out. That's what's happening with the cinemas now. They're just writing them out. Maybe not so much indie cinemas, I don't know. But like these other cinemas, it just seems like they're like, oh, we're on our way out. Let's just, I don't know. They're not doing a whole lot to keep themselves afloat. They just want to sink gracefully, I guess. Man, fuck that shit. I mean, I think cinemas might kick around, but, you know, I don't think you're going to be seeing Memoria or whatever there. It's just going to be Spider-Man. Anyway, whatever. That's that's it for now. I could keep going on about movies. I saw Once Were Warriors yesterday. Oh, what a fun film that was. I went into it thinking like, oh, this is going to be rough. And it starts off like, hey, you know, we're kind of a happy family. We get along. And you're like, oh, this... And I started thinking like, this seems like, you know, not so bad. Like, kind of like a pleasant, like, you know, the main guy is like kind of a popular, you know, he's beating people up in the pub. He like, there's a woman on stage at the pub like singing, and while she's singing, he goes over and beats up this other guy because he beat up someone else, and he walks back, and the woman like looks at him and just gives him like a flirtatious look and keeps singing. He's like, yeah, that's right, lady. But yeah, up until that point, you're like, yeah, like, oh, you know, this whole fucking Maori kind of impoverished, oh, you know, just like dole family doesn't seem so bad until it is bad. Then it gets really fucking bad. You're like, oh god. Yeah, that guy was great in the movie. Fucking hell, that guy's a machine. Bloody scary. So was the woman as well. That was crazy. Even with a big black eye, she still doesn't shut her mouth. It's like, oh god, look out, lady. He's gonna punch you again. Oh man. That is a film that kind of shows you, like, at the end, spoilers, she's like, she just drives off. She's like, I'm going back to my land with my family, fuck you. And we're taking this other kid with us for some reason. And he's just, like, standing there yelling, oh, fuck you, you'll be back. Why didn't you just do that earlier, lady? You'd think he'd just grab onto the car and be like, no, stop it from physically driving off. And that's how the movie ends. Man, I fucking love those guys with the tattoos in it as well. They look so fucking cool. They were cool. I want to join their gang. I want those tattoos. Those tattoos are sick, man. You look like a fucking fish. It's fucking scale tattoos on them. Oh man, you know that movie was fucking sick. Oh, and then at the end with the guy with his brother. He's like, you know, come give your uncle a kiss. And then he finds out. I was like, oh no, dude. Looks like you're in trouble. Anyway, yeah. I think that is the best New Zealand film that I've seen. I reckon it is. Like, that's fucking. It's I don't know why it reminded me of pizza. It reminded me of fat pizza. Just so I think someone said you like, what are you doing here, you bloody Lebanese dude? Anyway, yeah, cool film. Anyway, that was probably like the best horror film that I've talked about on this podcast tonight. Tonight? What the fuck? It's morning. No, it's afternoon. Fuck, I gotta have lunch. Then I gotta fucking fuck. I gotta go. Fuck. This has been the David Morgan Brown Experience, episode 50. Fuck's sake. I keep moving the fucking thing, so I keep forgetting. 57. And it's, I don't want to say what date it is. I'm spending too much time between these bloody podcasts. Anyway, fuck off.